Did Jesus really get angry? Well, yes. Yes, he did. That wasn't Jesus, but it was anger. Hello, I'm Reverend Jordan. Watch this video to find out 2 reasons which explain why and how Jesus can be angry. You may be thinking, what do you mean? Jesus, lamb stroking, Jesus known for his compassion and love, could express anger? I thought he was sinless, without fault. The passage that particularly comes to mind is the one that probably comes to mind for most people. You guessed it, the cleansing of the temple, or the Jesus flipping tables story. For those who aren't familiar with the story, broken down, Jesus enters the temple, the place of worship for the Jewish people. It's during Passover, and what does Jesus come across? People selling and buying sheep, oxen, and pigeons. Think Christmas, market vibes, but without Christmas songs, or lights, or trees, or any of the decorations. Christianity didn't exist yet. It's similar though, because money is being exchanged all over the place, and it's a hustle and bustling place. Then in the middle of all the crowds, Jesus flips out. He starts driving people and their animals out of the temple. He literally flips over the tables and even makes a whip. You heard that right. Jesus had a whip. He tells them, take these things out of here. Stop making my Father's house a den of thieves. Now you might be thinking, hang on, I thought it was wrong to be angry. So how can this be right? Jesus being so angry that he overturns tables, and did I mention he had a whip? The first point is it's not wrong to be angry. Yes, anger can lead to being out of control, to negative emotions, and we've all seen that. We've all seen bad things stem from anger. But anger alone is a normal, God-given emotion. Many times it can be the oomph we need to get us to do something, to do the right thing, the thing that needs doing. I'm always telling my children, it's okay to feel angry. I would feel angry. But it can't be an excuse to trash your room or hurt your little brother. Use that inner sense of injustice which makes you angry to motivate you. Whoa, hang on though. Let's not pretend Jesus is only feeling angry. He's literally turning tables over with people's money on it. We can assume he is shouting, and we are told he is driving people out with a whip. Well, he actually used it for the animals. Sorry, animal activists. Either way, this is a really unnerving scene. Point number 2. Context matters. If I tell you I punched a guy and you ask why, and I said because he annoyed me with his obnoxiously loud voice, that is a wrong way to react to that situation. But if a guy was trying to harm my children and I needed to get physical, that wouldn't be a wrong way to use my anger at him and someone who's trying to hurt my children. Because believe me, you may see a little meek priest, but you try to hurt my children, these holy hand grenades are coming out to play. What is the context? Well, we are told where this takes place. In the temple. From the Jewish way of thinking, it's the very dwelling place of God. And we are told when? Passover. A very important time of year for any Jewish person, particularly because it was to remember the blood they put over the doors that meant God's wrath passed over them. So put simply, if you didn't come any other time to the temple, you came every year at Passover, bringing with you the things you have done wrong, the things that you want cleansing from, which is signified in the sacrifice of an animal. It meant you knew you were forgiven and made right before God. So hold on to that context. Now, I've heard many people say Jesus was angry because people were selling things in the temple and cheating the poor. Well, actually, the money changers were there for a legitimate service. They weren't flogging any old thing. They were there for the many people who were pilgrimaging to Jerusalem so they could buy sacrifices for the Passover. It's not suggested that the poor here are being cheated of money. So then why is Jesus angry? Well, he's angry because they are being cheated of God. The real issue is where they are doing this, the temple itself. They've set up their market in the outer court. This is the only place where pagans and Gentiles could come, those who weren't Jewish people. They are robbing, then, the Gentiles the ability to come and pray and encounter the living God, because the only place they are given are these outer courts, and then they are being filled with a market full of chaos and noise, all for money-making purposes. I don't think Jesus is a worship job's worth. He's not the guy who goes, shh, when you're at church. No, but he is mad because of the bigger implication of this. That the leaders and the people who should be a light to the world, to everyone, are in fact keeping people on the outside of God's presence, away from the forgiveness and liberation he offers. And of course, it's not any people. No, they are doing this only to the Gentiles. God's children are the Jews and the Gentiles, everyone. But they are making this as a members club where they take people's money, but then say to some of them that they can't gain full access to God's love and forgiveness. Please hear, this story never implies that Jesus, in his anger, hurts anyone, though he is very angry, because, well, like I said, if anyone does something to your kids, the right thing to do is to act. You've been watching Mr. Priest. Please do subscribe, and a new video will be coming out very soon. Bye-bye.